The third lesson that we want to bring to you from the book of Job is this. In Job chapter 42 and verse number 10, it said, God turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Now I want to keep this in mind. When he prayed for his friends, God then turned the captivity. Not God turned the captivity and then he prayed for his friend. What does that tell us? In the eyes of God, Job was just as powerful when he had lost all of his riches, was going through grief for his children, working on his marriage, dealing with his health, sitting in sackcloth and ashes, dealing with friends, his friends that had just come and sat for 21 days and discussed Job. And he's so sick he can't hardly hold his head up. And then God said to his friends one day, whenever Bildad, I believe it was, that was leaving, he said, you go back and have Job to pray for you. Now Job is sick, he's in grief, he's got all these things going on in his life and wondering why? Why is this happening to me? What have I done wrong? And he hadn't done anything wrong. But God spoke to Bildad and said, you go back and have Job to pray for you. Bildad didn't want to because he spent the last 21 days putting Job down, trying to find sin in Job's life. But God put some pressure on Bildad. He said, if you don't go have Job pray for you, I'm going to kill you. That'll cause you to think twice about that. So Bildad went back to Job, and Job prayed for his friends. What does it show you? That in the eyes of God, no matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening to you, you're just as powerful in the eyes of God with your faith as you was when everything was going well. Job was just as powerful in the eyes of God, sitting in sackcloth and ashes, mourning for his kids, going through his marriage situation, flat broke, friends had turned against him, as he was when he's riding on the back of his chariot, looking at all of his cattle and his sheep and everything that he had and visiting with his children. The point is, God's experience is not based on your circumstance. Your experience with God goes beyond your circumstance, goes beyond your need, it goes beyond your situation. So I challenge you today, walk in the presence of God. Don't get your eyes on things that have happened to you and wonder why it's happened to you, but put your faith in God. Job said, I'm coming forth out of this. And Job 42 and 10, God turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. As I said in one of the videos concerning the life of Job, all that happened to Job was just out of 1 year. And then God gave him 140 years of double blessing and double portion. In fact, Job had 10 more children, 7 sons and 3 daughters. God multiplied everything that he had 2 times as much because he stayed faithful to God. I'm almost sure when Job's going through that year of time, he's wondering, will I make it? What's happening to me? But he could always look back in his life and say, though God slay me, I will trust him. Put your faith in God. Don't get your eyes on your circumstance, but walk in the victory, because your victory is not depending on your circumstances.